I need a new intro for this channel, I guess, because this is a new channel. Let's see, we called this shit Wiggas and Weeds, so how we doing, Wiggas? Today I have a story to tell. So today is the day that we met Mark. Now, if you don't know who Mark is, you probably haven't been around the channel for a minute. Mark is this character we met way back on the Osage days, way back whenever I lived in the hood, right? Way back whenever me and Sad Trix lived together. Chad, if you don't know who Sad Trix is, go check him out. Fan Labs link down below. That's my boy right there. That's Sam. That's my dude. That's my dog. Anyway, me and Sam one day, back whenever we lived on Osage, we were fiending for some fucking Zaza, dude. And we had this routine where we would wake up. I'd sit around, wait for Sam to get up, or he'd sit around, wait for me to get up. We'd both get up. Uh, and immediately, one of our first priorities was, how are we getting high today? So we would just go to the park. We would go to the park. We would look around. We'd look around all the benches. We'd look around all the trees, all the like roofed in areas. We'd look in all the places, all the nooks and crannies, right? For any little roach. Any little roach. One day we found a yard. One day we found a full joint, but I'll talk about those two times another time. Now, me and Sam, we used to save up our roaches from the park. We used to gather like we do this escapade like once a week to let the roaches at the park refill, right? Like once a week, sometimes twice a week, maybe, if we were really fiending. But anyways, one faithful day, we're walking around looking for roaches, and we notice this homeless guy, or what we thought was a homeless guy. Turns out he actually had a fucking chill ass crib. But anyway, this homeless guy, we walk up to him and he's like, "Yo, smoke." And he's sitting there with a couple other people. And so we're like, "Yeah, we smoke." And then we sit down and they start talking. I'm not going to lie. I cannot remember a single lick of the conversation that we had with those fucking group of people. All I remember is one of them was a lady in a wheelchair, one of them was Mark, and one of them was some other dude. Anyway, we're all sitting around this table. We're all getting high as a kite off of whatever the fuck Mark has got. I don't even know what Mark's got. We find out Mark just comes to the park just to make friends, which we thought was like such a wholesome fucking thing. So we smoke with Mark. We chill with them for like a couple hours. It starts to get dark. We are drunk as fuck, mind you, at this point, because me and Sam decided to put an entire bottle of whiskey in a Sonic cup and fill the rest of it up with soda. And we were just passing that back and forth, sipping on it. It was a cheap ass bottle of whiskey. We spent like $5 on it somewhere, right? So anyway, we were passing that back and forth, and obviously the weed. So anyway, me and Sam go back home that night after getting fucking shit faced at the park. Go to sleep. Next day, we wake up. We go to the park just to chill, just because I don't know. I think Sam was playing basketball, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Anyway, Mark shows back up. He recognizes us. We're the two people from yesterday that he smoked with. So he walks up to us. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? What are y'all up to?" We're like, "Oh, we're chilling. We're just playing some basketball." He's like, "You want to smoke?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah, sure. We can smoke again." And the Mark's like, "Not here, though. Not here, though. Cops, they've been following me." So we're like, "Oh, okay, well, right then." And then he's like, "My house just down the block." And then me and Sam just kind of look at each other and we're like, "Dude, we are about to get fucking murdered over some Zaza." But me and him look at each other and then we look at Mark and we're like, realistically, if we got in a fight, Mark is going down, dude. Like, chat, you got to realize this was back during like my peak fitness, like back whenever I actually gave a shit and I was actually starting to build muscle and shit. I was rocking like 220 pounds, and I was like, well, I was mostly fat. I had some fucking muscle on my body. Okay, I was ready to fucking take down the scrawny little motherfucking whatever. I don't even know what Mark was. I think he was Indian. I don't actually know. But anyway, Sam was a full-on fucking boxer at this time. This was back during whenever he wanted to be a boxer instead of a musician. Sam was fucking ripped. All right. So we think about it realistically. We're like, yeah, we could handle Mark if it came down to it. So we're like, yeah, we'll go to Marcus's house, sure, whatever. So we start walking down the street. Keep in mind, Mark is riding his bike to his house. So me and Sam are like I want to say like half a mile behind him following. And so we eventually get up to Marcus's house and we realize, holy shit, Marcus has a fucking house. When we thought that Marcus said he was going to take us to his house, he was taking us to like some ditch or like some fucking tent in the middle of the woods. Like we genuinely thought Mark was homeless up until this point. And so we're sketched out now. Well, a little less sketched out than we were, but we're like, dude, this guy has an actual house. Like, what are we going to do about this? So we go in and immediately it's hit with that smell, chat. Y'all know that smell, that like propane smell? Kind of like that smell. Where a whole house is like powered off of propane. Yeah, that smell. It's that kind of smell in that house. Anyway, me and Sam never got past 2 rooms of this house. So you go in this house and you are in a big living area. There's a couch to the left and there's a big TV in the middle, a big ass TV, not a CRT TV, a big ass flat screen, okay? And I remember that very clearly because I forgot what the fuck we watched, but we were watching some fucking TV show with Mark's wife. I don't remember. Anyway, me and Sam, we follow Mark into his room, which is immediately to the left of that living room. We go in there, the entire room filled with family photos, normal photos, photos from when Mark was a kid, Mark's parents, like, and I mean like not like just like hung up. Like I mean like these were like Polaroids and like magazine covers and like random shit just cut up and plastered on the walls. Like it actually looked like a psychopath lived here, but instead it was his entire family instead of random fucking people. And so Mark just had it like I don't know how he slept in there. Anyway, we go in there. His bed is in the direct middle of the room, and then there's this weird area that we're sitting in that he apparently built himself. He built this edition of the house on himself, which I don't know if it was fully legal. But me and Sam didn't even notice this until he told us. He was like, "Yeah, I built this room myself," and we were like, "Oh, that's cool." And then we kind of like look around. We made sure it wasn't falling apart. But anyway, me, Mark, and Sam were smoking at this table that has like a window peeking outside. Um,
You're through to your garage.
and then at this point, that we finally meet Mark's wife. And let me just say, Mark is a very skinny man. He is like my dad was skinny, and I think Mark is skinnier than my dad was, right? Um, but anyway, Mark is a skinny man. You know, you would expect him to have a skinny wife. Um, well, let's just say that Mark's wife could have been a contender for my 600-pound life. All right. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like genuinely, me and Sham, we were shocked whenever we saw Mark's wife. Like, don't get me wrong, chat. I've been a fat motherfucker my entire life, but that we were actually bewildered that Mark was still alive. Like, we were surprised she hadn't killed him yet. That is how big this woman was compared to Mark. Anyway, she asked how we're doing. Do we need a soda? Whatever. No, we're good. I don't even think she copped the fact that we were just some random fucking kids. Which I guess we weren't really kids at this time. I mean, I had just moved into Osage. I think I was like 18, turning on 19, I want to say. Sam was definitely 18, I think. We were both just fresh adults, right? Anyway, she didn't even notice us, I don't even think. I like she didn't even notice how old we were. She probably just thought we were some random fucking homeless people Mark brought home from the park, which is probably a normal ass activity. So anyway, we smoke up at Mark's house, and then me and Sam leave, and we walk home, and we're with a soda. We took a soda home, because we were like, fuck it, might as well. Anyway, after learning Mark's like history, I didn't even learn history. We just learned that Mark loves his family and that he just loves having people at his house. Anyway, Mark tends to become a daily character for us for a long time. We just like start seeking out the day to go find Mark. We would get up to go specifically find him. And one of my favorite days of finding Mark. We we go to the park and he's just playing frisbee golf, and we're like, "What are you doing, Mark?" And he's like, "I'm playing frisbee golf. Here, I teach you." And he gives us a frisbee, and we just start chucking it. And dude, oh my God, that was great. And then out of nowhere, he whips out nunchucks and he tells us this time about how he got cornered in an alleyway from some meth heads that he owed money to or some shit like that. And he fended them off with his nunchucks. And he was like, "They never fucked with me again, you see." After he showed us what he could do with nunchucks, me and Sam were like, "Holy shit. We have an actual, like, legend on our hands here." And Sam, that's where the video of Sam wielding nunchucks come from. Those were Mark's nunchucks. Uh, I can't believe I never got Mark on camera, dude. I always thought he would just be a little weirded out by being on camera. I should have got him on camera, dude. That would have been great. Uh, but anyway, yeah, Mark was chill. We smoked a fuck ton of weed with him. All his weed, by the way. We were such shitty kids. We never brought our own pot. There was one time we tried to bring our own pot, and then we just never saw Mark again. It's like he was a fucking fictional piece of our imagination. As soon as me and Sam were able to re-up, we just never saw Mark to share with him. It was like he was like only there to provide us weed when we were at our darkest times. That was literally like our guardian angel for marijuana. So, Mark, if you're out there and you're somehow watching this, which I don't think you are, because you and your wife are probably watching whatever we were watching on TV last time we spoke together. But I mean, hey, Mark, me and Sam are still thinking about you. We're still chill, and it's not like we don't like want to go see Mark. It's just that me and Sam have kind of like started new lives since Osage. Like Sam literally has a kid now. And I've gotten so forward with this YouTube shit, and I don't live on Osage anymore. I'm not in walking distance of marketing. We used to literally be able to walk to Marcus's house, and now me and Sam are in two completely separate cities. Well, technically not, but you know what I mean. Like, we're in two completely separate areas. We're not walking to Mark's house anytime soon. So we just kind of like, we didn't even get a number from Mark or anything. Like, anytime we tried to ask how can we contact him, he'd be like, no, no. And so we just never got any contact info from Mark. The only thing we know is his physical address and that he likes to go to the park. And I also know that what car he drives, but that's it. That's literally all we do about Mark. Oh yeah, and the fact that he loves to be surrounded by family in his room for some reason. I don't know. That part always weirded me out. I just could not sleep in that room. But anyways, that was story time. That was how we met Mark. Me and Trix. That's how we met Mark. What a good fucking day that was. Well, chat, I'm gonna rip myself a nice little blinker, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed story time. Let me know if you want to hear more content like this. I mean, we all got up to some wacky shenanigans back in the dumbasses and color and the Osage days. So if there's something I didn't record, and I mean, I would love to talk about it, because there's a ton of shit that we did. Like, chat, I know I record all the time. I know that I always have like 3 or 4 cameras on my person. Chat, even as a person who records all the time, there's shit that I still don't catch on camera, right? Which is good. And there's still sometimes I just flat out don't record on voice trips just because they're meant to be voice trips, not for the channel, right? But anyway, let me know if y'all wanna have more content like this, because I definitely like doing this style of content. It's just chill to just sit here and talk. And yeah, peace.